Hey everybody, so it's been a while since I've been here on YouTube talking about physical therapy, but I just wanted to say that back in July, I actually failed my national board exam and I went into kind of like a downward spiral, I would say, when it came to just everything. Like my whole world felt like it kind of crashed down. 3 months later, so in October, so a couple of days or about a week ago actually, I took the test again and I passed. So I failed and then I passed. And so I thought it would be a good idea to give you guys some tips on how to pass the national board exam for a physical therapist assistant. So something that helped me, so I got this Scorebuilders book at first, and I remember skimming through it. There was just, the book is about this thick. So you get that book and I kind of felt a little bit overwhelmed at first, which I think is why I didn't do very well the first time. So the best program that I did not get the first time around, because it's expensive, was the ACE program, which if you've heard of it, it's part of Scorebuilders. And I got that the second time around, and it really goes through all the concepts that you need to know, and it really helped me stay organized. I wouldn't suggest getting the ACE program through Scorebuilders if you do well taking tests. You don't need it. If you're very good at multiple choice tests, you don't need it. If you're unorganized like me some of the time, and if you need some time management skills, then I suggest getting that program, because I wish I would have had it start off, but my parents actually paid for that because they were like, girl, you need some help. So the second time around, I think they felt bad for me and they paid for that. So that was super nice of them. I'm very, very grateful. So that would be my first tip, is to get the ACE program. If you know that you're a bad test taker and you're not getting, 65 to 70s on those practice exams, that would be an indicator probably to get those. I want to show you guys kind of what I had to do, because I'm a terrible test taker. I study really hard, but I hate multiple choice tests. So through the ACE program, and I'm not promoting the ACE program at all. This is just something that helped me. I'm not getting paid to tell you any of this. Oh, yeah, don't worry. So through the ACE program, they give you content prompts. So like, for example, this has vocabulary, but this stack is all filled with like information. So for me, it helps to kind of write it down and to know concepts instead of just reading through all the information. And that's what really helped me study. And I just suggest doing that. And what are some other things? I wrote stuff down in case I forget. Flashcards. Oh, okay. So another one is, if you're struggling, then study sessions can really help. I spent 6 hours, I think, with one of my teachers, because I really wanted to pass this exam, and she answered all of my questions and was super awesome and super helpful. So I suggest getting, either a tutor if you can, or just a teacher that'll help you out, because they want you to pass. And then the third thing, okay, so yeah, the third thing is obviously Scorebuilders. I think most programs are required to get Scorebuilders, and taking those practice exams are really gonna help you too. Take all the practice exams you can. So there's I can't say that word. There's practice exams in the Scorebuilders book, and then there's practice exams through PEAT, which is PEAT, and that is another program that is actually on fsbpt.net, and those are ones that you can buy, or maybe your program buys them for you already. I'm not really sure, but if your program has a really good passing rate, you probably won't have to worry about it. But if you're struggling, then these are things that you can do. So just to like clarify and kind of to end this. So the first thing, obviously you get Scorebuilders. Take all the tests. If you're really, really struggling with those tests, I would suggest getting the ACE program, which is through Scorebuilders. It's just an extra thing that you can do. And with those content prompts that ACE program gives you, the prompts that you need to study the different concepts, do study cards or flashcards on those concepts and write the answers down on each card so that you can study and you can quiz yourself on these things. Oh, and then there was another app. There was another app that really helped me as well, and I can't even remember the name of it now, but I will link it down below. There's a free app. There's Pocket Prep, which is pretty good. And then there's the NPTE-PTA thing. There's a boot camp that you can also purchase, which is extra money. You don't need the boot camp, in my opinion, but there's a free app, I think. No, I don't think the app is free. Never mind, just scratch that. But if you want boot camp, sometimes you can get the boot camp for free if you follow their Instagram. So if you're about to take the test and you're like probably in clinicals, I would suggest actually getting that. I would suggest following Scorebuilders on Instagram so you can get those discounts. And sometimes if you order Scorebuilders with your whole class, the Scorebuilders book can be a lot cheaper. So that's another thing you guys can do and tell your teachers about. Oh, so I make brownies and I feel like I'm burping a lot. Anyways, I hope that helped with any confusion at all, but I feel like, so I went from failing into passing, and I feel like the only difference that I really did, the first time I felt like I just read, and this time I wrote things, like everything down, quizzed myself, met with a teacher, all those extra things that you can do, and I feel like it really helped me. I bumped my score up from, I don't know if I want to tell you guys my score, but I bumped it up 80 points. So yeah, I was really grateful about that. So the ACE program really helps. And if any of you guys have any other questions, I love answering down below, but sometimes they get a little bit too personal or things that I don't want to necessarily put out there in the world. So if you want to direct message me, I just actually made an Instagram kind of for more of my social media stuff. It doesn't really have many of my friends on there unless they wanted to follow me, but most of my friends don't even know about it, to be completely honest. It's mostly for people that are interested in physical therapy, or military spouses are the general population, but honestly, everyone is invited to that page if you want to know a little bit more about my life. I did giveaways on there, and it's danny.stuller is the username. So if you want to follow me on there and ask me questions, I would really appreciate that. But if not, just comment down below. Like this if it helped you, and if you kind of benefited from this, let me know. Or if you've had a similar experience, also let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. See ya.